situation that would be a big problem for removal because we'd have this big black triangle on the mesial there, so we'd have a big issue. So in this situation, what we can do is we can match the angle of the mesial side of that central, and so the path of insertion would really be right along the same angle. We can actually replace all the soft tissue, and it looks pretty neat when we do that. So we've eliminated the problem with the black triangle. Yeah, it's the overall.
So this takes the place of
I replace a lot of.
So this is all just implant.
The nice thing about this, you can do it typically over any implant as long as you have replaceable information. So for example, ankle, right? They came out initially with a rotational.
You show something different to the patient.
Now they have the CX, which has an index, so that's to do it. We've done a number of cases. But most of the major manufacturers, no problem. And essentially, you can have angles that are not really favorable, and I upright them. There's a case that'll play back here showing how we can do it. Essentially, I wax them upright up to 0 degrees and scan it over technique. Or we can do it in zirconia. Yeah. So that's actually just a key for me. So later, when I want to go back on the model and find my path, essentially while I have the desired path, I go ahead and drill in, put a sleeve in there, so that I can rearrange it.
Up to 500,000.
This is 0 degree.
Yep.
So you just have to mill them all, line them up, mill them all 0 degree.
Exactly.
You got a flat edge on it so that it locates.
Yeah, now typically, that was kind of one of the, some of them I don't do that anymore because it's going to locate anyway and the patient's going to get really used to that path. So it's not really necessary. We're doing that for a while. I'm playing with a lot of different ideas that I've seen. But I'll tell you, it's a great solution.
And this over the top of it, what? Is that the galvanized coping that you
That's what I would normally do. So this is just kind of a crude sample. This one I used a material out of Germany that was actually made for telescopic. It's
like a suck down material?
Exactly. It's a thermoform. It's a Erkinet product.
Okay.
It's a USIG.
And that product bonds to the acrylic?
No, actually, in all these cases, I do a tertiary frame. So it's usually a cast chromium cobalt framework, and it actually gets luted to the secondaries.
Okay.
And then everything else gets wrapped.
Okay. So you have to lute it. What do you use to lute it?
For USIG, there's a special glue for the Galvano. There's you can use GSM, any of these, composite resin sealants.
Composite resin. You just cast chrome cobalt framework over the top of it. What's the long term on the suck down material that you have on that?
I don't really know how it is long term. I know gold will go for anywhere from 8 to 12 years. So what I'll typically do is I'll give them the option in the beginning. I'll say, okay, look, 8 to 12 years, we may get some wear. So we could right now go ahead and make a second set of secondaries. And then that way, and the attraction to the dentist there is that, okay, I'm not every few months or every few years, I'm not replacing these locators and stuff. It's going to last longer. And then in the event that I have to replace it,
You're right there.
I grind it out, you seat it in the mouth, and you can lute it intraorally with the same composite resin cement.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a simplified.
Kind of a win-win on that.
Yeah. So that works.
That's nice that the patient comes in every once in a while for some servicing anyway. So
and they can take a look, and typically the patient's going to start saying, "Hey, I'm losing retention on this. So what are we going to do?" Yeah, I was explaining. It's just to reorient. So once I have it on my milling table, just once I have my path set, I want to basically record that. So I'll drill in and I'll put a sleeve in there.
That's
so I can just reorient. Yeah,
that's awesome because you take that off and you got to put it back on. How do you find it again?
Yeah, because then you're kind of lost and you're trying to level them up and
yeah.
I have a Degussa hand mill, the old Monster Degussa, the F1. So
The other one that you told me about was really nice too.
Yeah, the Schick.
The Schick one.
Really
Yeah,
nice, yeah.
we got the full-on monster package
Got
on
it.
that.
Sweet.
The only thing we didn't get was the wet version for the
zirconia,
thing.
yeah.
As soon as we switched to zirconia, we'll just take that next step on it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get together actually with either Vega or Schick. Schick doesn't have much of a presence here in the U.S. as far as that stuff goes.
Yeah.
But you know, I know they used to offer at Vega, they used to offer telescopic courses like years ago. Not anymore. It's kind of like dying. People aren't really as interested. Whereas in Germany, it's a staple. You know, it's done all the time. So I'd like to see more of that. And work with them.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But is there any questions anybody had? I know it's probably a lot shorter.
Sorry, I know we talk about this all the time. You know, and I've never seen this before. And then I was just asking, so what's the advantage? You know, if I'm working with you, you really want to do this, and all I know is locators. Why would you do this over locators? Or is it just like a 61 end after the other, or is this?
So locators, I think especially in the maxilla where you have more trajectory of the bone. I don't know. We've seen like cases that I've been working on docs with for a number of years now. In the maxilla, when they're doing them with locators, especially if they're freestanding locators, the tissue's taking an awful lot of trauma on the implant sites. And I think in a lot of these cases, we've seen some periodontal, involved issues that then lead to implant failure. And I'm not saying that locator is the culprit, but this is what I've observed. Whereas when you go to something like this, you're going to something that's completely implant one. So you're keeping a lot. The
Tissue loves zirconia.
And actually, the majority we're doing, we started doing them in titanium, which was working fine. But now what we're doing is we're doing zirconia with a titanium interface, and it really
It's pretty solid.
And the patient actually, when they see these in the mouth, they really like it.
So, I talked about sending you a case. So, for example, if I had a patient like this, say it's an all-on 4, all-on 6 or something, the impression is the same, still standard kind of
So,
thing?
I'm glad you brought that up. So, it's a little different. So, when we do a bar case, we know we need a verified impression. And we do it with a jig and we elute in between final impression. This is similar. There's still verification because there has to be. It's just at a different step. So, essentially, once we find tooth positions, every patient's happy, occlusion's good, and wax. What I do at that point is then I design my primary. And once I design my primary abutments, we get everything milled. I send to you, and it'll come up in here somewhere. I send to you the milled abutments. All right, they go in, and I send GC pattern resin copings that kind of take the place of the final. Those get seated, and then we'll have either a cast or a hardened injected acrylic structure, like a frame, that you'll then loop the copings to the frame, and let it set up, let all the shrinkage take place 15 minutes, draw it out, and then what I do is essentially I go back in the lab and I go from you'll see there's one verified here. What I'm doing is I'm going back in and I'm loosening all but one. So I loosen all but one of the analogs or replicas. I seat that jig on there, and then I'm going to relocate everything into your jig because that's what we have in the mouth. So you're going to have a little difference because of the expansion of the stone. Once I do that verified model, I go back in and I remill to zero. Now we know we're guaranteed a pass. And we just pour from the back of the model. There's very little room for any expansion to take place there anymore. We've eliminated it. So that's essentially how we do it. And once we're at that point, then I can make everything, we go right to fine.
Something I was thinking about too, with the locators and things, you use some 90-year-old woman with arthritis, and you got to put the lower retention in, right? Can you adjust? I know it's friction. I mean, how do you control?
So we control it mainly with the volume and the height of the primary abutments. So when you have 0 degree, it's very precise. So you're going to get the most friction you can. The minimum I would say to achieve that is going to be about 3 millimeters of height, which is nice. It's pretty low. It all depends on the number of implants, but we can literally adjust that friction. Sometimes what we'll do is we'll go right in around the primaries, and we'll take a rubber wheel and soften it up and kind of take it back just a little bit, and you'll see the friction slowly get less and less until we get the patient to a point where they're happy. But a lot of the patients that we've done these on have had no issues. We did have one that was like, she was just, I can't get this out. It was over 6 or 8, and we had plenty of space, so she's like, I can't do this. So we had to go back in and adjust it.
Okay. All right.
That's what it's about.
Impressive.
So I think that'll probably be about program. But if anybody has any other questions or anything,
The retentive part, the female part that's in the process.
Yes.
What is that? Is that Galvano that you're doing for these?
yes. Yep. So in this case, we
That's
use
not Galvano.
we used another material.
What is
but
Galvano?
It's a 99 point something percent gold. So what we do is we have an electroformer, and we electroform it directly to the surface of the primer. So it goes in the solution kind of swashes around it, and it takes about 6 hours. You paint like a conductive silver lacquer on the primer, and it just attracts the gold to the surface.
It's kind of like plating it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yep. So it's a pretty neat technology.
And how fragile is that actual coping that you make over the top of
The
that?
coping itself, the electroformers will do it in 2 thicknesses. So if you go with the thinner thickness, it's a little fragile. But the thing is, once you get your tertiary structure glued to it,
It's solid.
It's solid.
It's like a laminate. Right?
Yeah, it's backed right up to it.
Fragile until it's bonded, and when it's bonded, it's solid.
Solid. Yep. Yeah, so pretty cool. So I want to thank, of course, Smileline and Damaged Goods Group for having me do this. It's been a good, like I know Lucas mentioned, it's been a great experience, kind of learning among colleagues, and it's been a great experience. All right, super.
Wave, bye-bye.